The mission launched in complete secrecy. Officially, it didn't exist. No news reports, no public announcements, nothing. Only a handful of world leaders knew what was happening. The coordinates from the signal had one destination, and humanity was about to find out what was waiting there. Weeks later, the spacecraft reached the edge of the solar system. At first, the crew saw nothing, just endless darkness. Then one of the scanners picked up an object, small, metallic, and completely silent. The object was drifting through space, almost like it had been abandoned for a very long time. As the spacecraft moved closer, the crew couldn't believe what they were seeing. The object wasn't natural. It had structure, perfect symmetry, artificial design. Someone had built it, but it definitely wasn't human. The crew carefully brought the object aboard. It was roughly the size of a car, covered in strange markings. No flags, no language, no symbols anyone recognized. Yet somehow, it looked intelligent. Back on Earth, scientists watched every second of the operation. Everyone wanted answers, but the object refused to give any. No power source, no response, no signals, nothing. For nearly 2 days, the probe remained completely dead. Then something changed. One researcher accidentally transmitted the original space signal near the object, and suddenly, the probe activated. Lights appeared across its surface. Systems began coming online. The entire control room froze. The thing had been waiting for that signal. A hidden compartment slowly opened. Inside was a crystal-like storage device, unlike anything humanity had ever seen. Hours later, scientists finally managed to access its contents. The first file contained a video. The room fell silent as the recording started. An unfamiliar creature appeared on the screen. Tall, gray-skinned, large black eyes. Its face was covered in injuries. It looked terrified. For several seconds, it simply stared into the camera. Then it spoke. The language was unknown, but somehow the probe translated it automatically. The alien took a deep breath and said, "If this message is being viewed, then we have failed." Everyone watched in complete silence. The alien looked over its shoulder, as if it was afraid of something nearby. Then it spoke again. This time its voice was shaking. "Do not let humanity leave Earth." The recording ended. Just like that. No explanation, no warning details, nothing. Only those 6 words. For a moment, nobody in the room moved. Nobody spoke. The question was obvious. Why would an alien civilization be afraid of humanity? And more importantly, how did they even know about Earth? Because according to every scientific record, humans had never made contact with aliens before. But the files inside the probe were only beginning to open. And what the scientists found next was far more disturbing than the warning itself. The alien recording changed everything. For days, scientists couldn't stop talking about the same question. Why would an advanced alien civilization fear humanity? It made no sense. Humans hadn't even left the solar system. How could a species stuck on one planet scare beings capable of traveling between stars? The answer came from the probe's database. After the first recording, thousands of hidden files unlocked automatically. Most of them contained observations of Earth. The first file shocked everyone. It showed footage from 1945, a massive explosion rising above a city, the first nuclear weapon. The aliens had been watching. Another file opened. World War I, millions dead. Another file. World War II, entire cities destroyed. Another file. Cold War tensions, nuclear standoffs, global fear. The room became silent. The probe contained centuries of human history, Somehow, these aliens had been studying Earth for a very long time. But what shocked the scientists wasn't the wars. It was the notes attached to them. Every event had comments written by the alien observers. One note read, "Species remains active despite catastrophic losses." Another said, "Conflict increases technological growth." Then another, "Survival rate exceeds all projections." The deeper they searched, the stranger the reports became. The aliens weren't studying human victories. They were studying human recovery. Every disaster, every war, every crisis, humans always came back, stronger than before. When a plague hit, humans adapted. When nations collapsed, humans rebuilt. When wars destroyed entire cities, humans created bigger ones. The probe's records showed a pattern that aliens couldn't understand. Most intelligent species avoided conflict. Humans learned from it. Most civilizations became weaker after disasters. Humans became stronger. One report was marked as extremely important. The file was over 100 years old. Inside was a meeting between several alien researchers. They were discussing Earth. One of them said, "This species should have destroyed itself centuries ago." Another replied, "Yet every prediction has failed." Then a third alien spoke, and suddenly the room went quiet. Their greatest strength is not intelligence, it is persistence. The recording ended. Scientists stared at the screen. Nobody knew what to say. The aliens weren't afraid because humans were powerful. They were afraid because humans refused to stay down. But the files still didn't explain everything. Fear like this didn't come from observation alone. Something else had happened. Something much bigger.
As researchers continued searching through the database, they discovered a restricted section. Unlike the other files, these were heavily encrypted. Even the probe seemed to protect them. It took nearly 3 days to break through the security. When the final lock opened, a new folder appeared. Its title contained only 3 words: Human Contact Event. And beneath it, a warning symbol flashed across the screen. For the first time since finding the probe, the scientists felt genuine fear. Because whatever was inside that folder, the aliens had desperately tried to hide. The moment the folder opened, every screen in the research facility went black. For a few seconds nobody knew what was happening. Then a single file appeared. Human Contact Event. The recording began. At first it looked ordinary. An alien ship was floating near a blue planet, Earth. The timestamp showed the year 1977. Scientists exchanged confused looks. According to everything humanity knew, no alien contact had ever happened in 1977. But the footage told a different story. The alien vessel had entered Earth's orbit without permission. Its mission was simple: observe the planet, collect data, leave unnoticed. At least that was the plan. For several days everything went smoothly. The crew monitored military bases, cities, and communication networks. Humans never realized they were there. Then something unexpected happened. One of the aliens suggested making direct contact. Just for research. Just for curiosity. The proposal was approved. It would become the biggest mistake in their civilization's history. The recording jumped forward. A small landing craft descended into a remote region of Earth. Far away from major cities. Far away from governments. The aliens expected fear. Maybe panic. Maybe confusion. Instead, they found something else. Humans. A small group of them. Ordinary people. No advanced weapons. No military training. Nothing special. Yet the encounter immediately went wrong. The humans weren't scared. They were curious. Within hours they started asking questions. Within days they were trying to understand the alien technology. Within weeks they were demanding more answers. The alien researchers became concerned. Their reports described humanity as unusually aggressive in its pursuit of knowledge. One note read, "Humans do not accept limits." Another stated, "When denied information, they become more determined." The files continued. Month after month. Year after year. The aliens kept watching. And their concern kept growing. Human technology was advancing too fast. Every prediction failed. Every estimate proved wrong. Then came the final report. The one that changed everything. The lead observer looked directly into the camera. Fear filled his eyes. He said, "We made contact expecting to study them. Instead, they studied us." The room fell silent. The alien continued. Every meeting accelerated their progress. Every answer created new questions. Every warning increased their curiosity. He paused. Then spoke the words that terrified everyone listening. Humanity is not dangerous because of what they are today. Humanity is dangerous because there is no way to predict what they will become tomorrow. The recording ended. Back in the present, nobody spoke. The researchers finally understood. The aliens weren't afraid of human weapons. They weren't afraid of human armies. They were afraid of humanity's endless need to learn, adapt, and grow. But one file still remained unopened. A final hidden recording. The last message left behind by the alien civilization. And according to the timestamp, it had been recorded only hours before they disappeared. The last file sat alone in the database. No title. No description. Just a timestamp. Scientists stared at the screen. This was the final recording left behind by the alien civilization. The file opened. A familiar face appeared. The same injured alien from the first warning. But this time, he looked much older. Much more tired. Behind him, alarms were blaring. Red lights flashed across the room. Something terrible was happening. The alien looked directly into the camera. Then he spoke. "If you are seeing this, then our civilization is gone." Nobody moved. The alien took a slow breath. For a moment, it seemed like he was searching for the right words. Then he continued. "Humanity believes they are alone. They are not." The room became silent. The alien explained that for centuries, many civilizations had watched Earth from a distance. Most ignored it. Some studied it. A few even made contact. Every single one reached the same conclusion. Humans were different. Not stronger. Not smarter. Different. Whenever they encountered a challenge, they adapted. Whenever they failed, they tried again. Whenever they were told something was impossible, they proved it wasn't. The alien lowered his head. Almost like he regretted something. Then he revealed the truth. His people had never planned to attack Earth. They had only wanted to understand humanity. But over time, that curiosity turned into fear. And fear led to mistakes. Mistakes led to conflict. Conflict led to disaster. The alien looked away from the camera. For the first time, his voice cracked. "We thought we could control humanity. We were wrong." Scientists exchanged nervous glances. The recording continued. "We were not warning the galaxy about an invasion. We were warning the galaxy about humanity." A chill ran through the room. The alien leaned closer to the camera. As if these were the most important words he would ever say. "One day, humans will leave Earth. One day, they will reach the stars. And when that happens, nothing will stop them." Suddenly, the alarms behind him grew louder. The room shook. The alien closed his eyes. Then he delivered his final message. "Do not fear humanity. Do not fight humanity. Because every species that tried only made them stronger." The screen went black. The recording was over. No more files remained. No more answers existed. For several minutes, nobody spoke. The scientists simply sat there, trying to process what they had just heard. Finally, one researcher broke the silence. Should we tell the world? Nobody had an answer. Because if the message was true, humanity's future was far bigger than anyone had imagined. And somewhere beyond the darkness of space, something might still be watching, waiting for the day humans finally arrived.